My name is Xazziel Martinez, and I'm from Albuquerque, New Mexico. Family's from here for a long time. Uh, I'm a farmer and a musician, and I don't know, a lot of things. So I would start there. Uh, I've always appreciated gardens, growing your own food. My grandma on both sides always had their own herb garden and would pick fresh herbs. Like if I had a tummy ache or something, I get fresh mint tea, and that kind of sparked my fascination with growing food. And I've always had a nurturing kind of inclination. I've always loved the outdoors. So I started to learn what plants, like wild edibles, that I could use, and then I started to figure out like just more and more, picking up little bits over the years. And I was a farmhand for a good 7-8 years, helping my buddy William Zamora out, and then just helping all my friends and family garden. And I recently got called to this mission to just plant as much food as possible. And with that is coming a bunch of extra stuff like reclaiming land and retaining our rights and learning about the water and how it applies to us and our ancestors and everything moving forward, because we're the ancestors of later on. That's what started it. Right now, out of immediacy, we just top water. We were waiting for the acequias to open up. So, we won't get our water until this Tuesday, 6 a.m. will be our first watering. And we'll flood the field, but this is a small enough field, and we've worked it out with our neighbors down the line because we're the first gate in the whole acequia for like 5 properties here. We've worked it out, a little schedule for Tuesday morning. So we're gonna start irrigating that way. I had learned drip irrigation is how I had really learned, but we didn't have any tube on hand, and I had to plant this field ASAP. So as you can see though, we got food coming out. We're gonna be able to harvest some peas in April, end of April, probably early May. I've never believed in using any sort of harsh chemicals or pesticides, and it never sat right, the idea with me. And the way I always learned to grow from my grandma, from my buddies, throughout the years is biodiversity. You gotta build an ecosystem so if you do get pests, when you get pests, they have something else to eat, and they don't decimate your food. We've been backed into this monoculture or monocrop growing, like where if one sickness or one pest gets in there, it's all done. And it's very important to answer that question. And I try to learn more and more every day. I'm not an expert at anything, but I'm out here as often as possible, learning and reaching out to people that are experts. My thoughts are climate change is here, and it's not going to get any better anytime soon. But we needed to start yesterday with sustainability practices and really just being aware. I mean, I would consider myself still ignorant about things, but at least trying. But a majority of the people are completely oblivious to how important it is to plant trees right now. Like everyone wants to be on the bandwagon that it's cool online or whatever. But I'm just trying to actually inspire everyone to get out here and get in the dirt. And the fact is we're planting trees now that we might not see the fruits of, but that's okay because this is the right thing. And the next generations will. I mean, something I'm learning a lot of right now is how to properly compost. I've never known or understood that process. So I'm lining up a workshop now. Part of this whole mission is I'm trying to find these experts and make workshops for these practices that people have been working on for 10, 20, 30 years. And I'm just trying to absorb that. So like something I'm learning now is how to compost every little bit of food scrap I have, how to even compost, like how do I get rid of that big pile of grass over there without burning it? Or if I do burn it, how do I use the ashes to amend my soil? Things like that I haven't really known about. So a lot of this has been possible due to volunteer help. I have a volunteer showing up right now. There's Cameron. And really just people giving their time where they can. And we're reaching out to any and all help, whether that you want to get dirty, get physical, or if you make content. It's all needed right now because I can't be in 10 places at once. I have multiple farms going. This isn't the only one. So far there are 3 spots in the area, and we're gonna have more spots. So right now we're getting that infrastructure together to when you could sign up. In the meantime, you can follow me on Instagram, and you could see, you could check out my website, get involved. My main goal is to, first of all, feed people, feed my friends and family, but there's gonna be a lot of extra food. So really feeding all the volunteers, and more than that, feeding their desire to do it themselves. I want to see, at the end of this, even this first harvest season, I want to see other farms popping up. I want to see all my young friends and family catching on to it. It's very peaceful. Even the hard labor part, I mean, I love to exercise, so I kind of tune out when I'm digging a hole. And no matter what, I mean, you could hear the peace in the air right now. All the birds, the bugs, the water. It's no matter what, I always just feel refreshed after a day here. So I try to spend as much time here as I can. I try to spend as little time as possible making money, and usually enough finds its way to me while I'm doing this. So. Well, this is just a starting point. This is the first platform we're building that could be connected to all the other platforms popping up, you know. I would like to see eventually us working with other community farms, because I don't even know who's out there right now. I have hints, but I haven't grown up in the South Valley. I grew up in downtown, Old Town area. So I'm just getting to know all the neighbors now. And I would just like to see a greater community, skill sharing, and helping each other out. Like the elderly who can't maintain their land, I want to go revitalize their land, get people working it. And I think the more people involved with that same mindset, the better. So I'm just trying to put myself out there right now. By the end of this, I hope to give people that are searching for a purpose in life at least an outlet that is definitely all good. Like there's no part of this that's malicious or of ill intent at all. So I just want people to be able to latch onto that. It's helped me heal a lot, and it continues to, and it always will. So I just hope other people can see that. So this property right here, my buddy Dylan's property, our gate is the first to open up to the main acequia. We're on the Armijo acequia here on the map. And there are 4 more properties down the line that feed off of the same little diversion. So we all are in communication about maintaining our little chunks and not taking too much water from each other. And I think it's really important that everyone gets to know their neighbor to do the same, because there seems to be a lot of disconnect. A lot of people don't care, or they just kind of feel like it's them only. So it's important that, especially in our case, we're the last filter. Like we go out on little walks and pull out the trash. We pulled out a shopping cart, a brand new shopping cart the other day. I'll probably grow some food in that or use it to carry tools or something. But we're kind of the last filter. Every time I see a little piece of trash or a piece of glass, it's in my pocket, you know? And we want to make sure that no matter what, the space is better than we found it. Need you, well, darling, I breathe you.